The season finale, 11th and final game of the regular season for Iowa Western football. Winners of 6 straight games and back in the conversation for the national title game. Can the Reavers get it done? We'll find out. Coming up next, this is the Coach Stroh Show, the Iowa Western Football Coaches Show on the Reaver Sports Network and IWTV. From the studios of IWTV in Council Bluffs, this is the Iowa Western Football Coaches Show, the Coach Stroh Show. I'm Jake Ryan, joined as always by the head coach of the Iowa Western Reaver football team. Well, you did it. You flipped the script, and after a 1-3 start, you've ripped off 6 straight, looking for the 7th straight to finish the regular season at 8-3. What's the secret? What's the magic recipe that you put together to turn the season around, Coach?
I don't know if there's any magic recipe. I think just the guys playing with each other and getting a little bit more comfortable, finding the right group that was going to play together, I think was the biggest thing. Got some guys healthy. We played maybe part of it as well, but we've been playing really good defense over that stretch, and when you do that, it gives you a chance to win.
Now you talk about figuring out the guys that will play together. This is your 11th season here at Iowa Western. You guys have, for the most part, started off very well on the seasons. There's been a couple of years, and we won't mention years, but there's been slow starts, and it's always been kind of addition by subtraction. Would you say that is what do you do to build that in? Is it start with spring ball? Where does it start? Well,
I think, you have spring ball, and we thought we had a really core group, coming out of spring, which I felt really good coming into fall. But until you put people in, difficult situations, you don't know how they're going to respond. Until you put them in game situation, you don't know how they're going to respond. And unfortunately, the only way you find that out is playing in games. And we found that out, and on top of trying to get guys healthy, to find that right mix. And some guys maybe just didn't perform the way we thought they were going to.
I need to get that NFL personality test. Let's take a look at the highlights from half number 1 against the Highland Scotties. As the Reavers get set mentally, get all hyped up, and then you take off the black-white-white combo. Brian Sneed, good run to start things off to the near side.
Yeah, we didn't get a first down in there, but it was nice to kind of get a little bit going offensively.
And you start Braden Aker, third-string quarterback this week because of injuries. And how did you feel? What were you starting with? Were you keeping it simple for him?
Well, I was really impressed with Braden, the way he prepares, and we didn't want to put him in a bad situation. Was probably the biggest thing. And first start, you want to kind of gradually get him into the mix.
Yeah, Joseph Cambridge leads his Highland Scotty offense down. Jerry Velasquez with the long field goal. You guys are down 3-0, and then, it's Zaquandre White who steps in to lower his shoulder. I love his running style, just very physical, not afraid to take a hit.
Yeah, and we knew coming in that we had to do that against these guys, that physical running.
Speaking of Braden Aker, he finds Marcel Barbie down the sideline. Good move by Marcel to get himself open. You guys driving down 3-0, and then end up going for it on 4th down. Not enough on 4th down. And we'll turn the ball back over. Again, your defense stacking up Cambridge as the quarterback, and he was pretty good in the early going. And how about this hurdle from their tight end?
Well, and he hasn't played in the last couple of games, so we didn't know which quarterback we were going to get, and he's a good player. He made some good throws.
Another tough run by Zaquandre White. Here comes the offense for the second quarter. Again, still just 3-0, and it's kind of that game where you're like, okay, we need to get something going. Here's a little dump off Zion Perry from Aker, getting that confidence level up in the arm of the sophomore.
Yeah, and that's really what it takes, is just gaining confidence throughout the course of the game. And really, unfortunately, we make some plays, but this one here, you make a big play to help it get out, and then we get a penalty on it.
Nice catch by Marcus Rogers getting open. Aker finds him, but the penalty will put you back again. And then, Zaquandre trying to make something happen, and again, banging off defender after defender, and finally they bring him down just shy of the 50. You'll turn the ball back over.
Yeah, we were in a third and real long situation there, and wanted to make sure we tried to change field position, but unfortunately we weren't going the wrong way.
Now, Highland has all the fans on one side of the field. Was that lending itself to maybe some things going on in the stands that were drifting down to the field as well? Looked like the guys were taking some exception to some things.
And I tried to explain to them, you go anywhere in the country and it's not at your place, you're going to get heckled a little bit, and you got to be able to hold your composure during those.
So the field goal attempt this time, sails over the head. This is a big turning point right here. You guys take over on a short field and maybe a little bit of a break.
Well, we needed it, and then we get this, a good play, and I think this one's, maybe that one's not the one coming back.
No, I think that one is the one that came back. He makes the catch and then ends up costing 15. But then it looked like Highland thought the play was dead. You guys thought the play was alive, and Marcel Barbie wide open in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. You go up 7-3.
Well, we're lucky because they didn't jump off sides, and it would have been we'd had to kick a field goal there. But it's good for him to get his first touchdown.
Altavius Cook, one of their wide receivers that stepped up and had a good day for Highland. And then again, Cambridge just making things happen with his legs. Started off on the run and then just misdirection on the pass. I thought he played very well for the Scotties and Coach Arnold.
He did. I watched him, earlier. He's got a weird throwing motion, throws it off his back foot all the time, but he's accurate. He made 3 of them on that drive.
Yeah, that one in particular puts you guys down in the hole 9-7. They missed the extra point, which is pretty big. And the lone interception on the day thrown by Braden Aker was right there. And again, it's still in the first half, still plenty of football to play.
Yeah, for sure. Now I wish he probably want that one back, but that's what he's trying to do. He does a really good job of giving Blaha a chance to make a catch.
So going to Tyler, I thought maybe he looked Tyler's direction a few too many times in a row, and that's what led to the interception, but he came right back to him and got the completion. And then the little screen pass to Zaquandre White, and that's something that Zaquandre does well, getting into space, being able to make a move, and then you guys try the field goal, and this one sails to the other side of the field. Good thing for you, though, you get the recovery as Simonson jumps on it to prevent Highland from scooping it and going the other way.
Yeah, now we just switched it. Now we got a late hit on there to give them 15 more right before the half. It's 9 to what? I don't know, 9-6.
9-7, and then their field goal wide left, and Jerry Velasquez, he after hitting that first field goal had some issues. Clanged one off of the crossbar, missed that field goal, and then we'll see in the second half he's got some problems in the second half as well.
Yeah, for sure. And we're fortunate to be where we're at. I felt they controlled it. They did some good things offensively, moving the ball, and every time we got something going, we shot ourselves in the foot of the play.
I thought one thing they did very well was get rid of the ball quickly, and that kind of negated your front four of the rush.
Well, they did, and there are a lot of run pass option stuff, so they're reading the defender, and then the other thing is they're cutting all the time. So one way to slow a D line down is cut them every single player as much as you can, and that it slows them down.
All right, well, so second half highlights and more are coming up next. We'll see if the Reavers can rally down 2 at the half. You're watching the Coach Stroh Show on IWTV.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice, she's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back on the Coach Stroh Show from the studios in Council Bluffs. Coach, could have been a lot different at a halftime, but you guys find yourself still very within striking distance, down just 2 points at the half. What adjustments did you go into halftime trying to make? Obviously, we just talked about before the break the fact that they were getting rid of the ball quickly. They're cutting your defensive linemen. How did you adjust defensively, and how did you assess Braden Aker in the offense in the first half?
Well, defensively, it really wasn't that we had to make a whole bunch of adjustments. I thought there was some assignment errors that we made that we haven't made in a while. But they were doing a really good job. I mean, of taking advantage of how we were playing it. So I give them a lot of credit. Now we just got to make some plays offensively. Again, we didn't put Braden in try to put him in as many bad situations. So at halftime, we had to up it a little bit because we were going to have to throw it some and try to find some things that he does good.
And let's take a look at those second half highlights. Reavers trail by 2 points. Here we come. And Coach Landon, Coach Hinkhouse out there making sure the team is hyped for the second half, Coach.
Yeah, Landon's he gets them ready to go, and the guys really respond to him.
You guys kick off to a dangerous return man, Brian George. They'll start at the 25-yard line after they touchback. And then Cambridge across the middle. Again, he kept finding these receivers, and this time I believe it's Antavius Cook. He gets down the sideline and steps out of bounds before being drilled, but he just kept finding little seams to get open, and then Cambridge off and running, slides down, maybe got away with one there. They probably could have thrown a flag just because the slide was already in effect as Fitzpatrick hit him.
Yeah, not a great start the way we wanted to start the second half, make them drive the length and get a touchdown.
Well, the good news, Coach, is that they missed the extra point again. So now it's 15-9. You guys are, 15-7. You guys still trailing, and they get the ball back yet again. Just couldn't get it going early. Avery Hobbs always around the ball this season. I believe Coach Wood says he was a Willie O'Hara clone, and that's pretty much rang true.
Yeah, he leads our team in tackles, had over 100 tackles, or at 100 tackles, I think, this year, which is really good.
How about this catch? This is the one that comes back. Barbie with the great catch, and then a little bit of talking afterwards. That's something Marcel's done this year that maybe he didn't do last year, which is the added discussion after the play.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to go play. That's what I'm trying to get him to do. Let's just go play ball and let our play do the talking.
This drive ends up, unfortunately, you guys turn it over, and then Trey Leslie had a pick six from about 5 yards out. Couldn't hang on to it. Did you talk to him about that after the game?
We needed that. That's sometimes the spark that we need, and struggling offensively, we were hoping the defense would get us one.
Speaking of sparks, Deshaun Stoudemire, a couple of good catches, a couple of good moves. He's moving the ball forward, and you get into Highland territory.
Yeah, we made a little adjustment so we could throw those because they were taking them away. So we made a little switch, on the sidelines and at least being able to throw some out there.
Yeah, we should mention this is the fourth quarter right now. Nothing really happened in the third quarter. Still down 15-7, and then it's across the middle into the hands of Marcel. Spin move, trying to get in, and he stretches out. Dangerous play at the end, but he hangs on to the football. And then you give it to Zaquandre White, who goes up and over for the time of his life, I believe we said on the broadcast. Very, very Dirty Dancing-esque as he gets lifted by every member of the defense and the offense.
Yeah, well, it was good. That was a good third down play by Braden to find Marcel because we had a wrong route inside. Right away I seen it. I'm like, that's not looking good, but he waited in there and got him.
And here is the play. You guys missed the two-point conversion. As soon as I saw Cambridge do the pump fake, I knew that there was a wide open receiver, and sure enough, there's Kawan Jackson that races in from 76 yards out. And then back the other way, you guys, again, in the hole, 22-13. You're down 9 in the fourth. And handed off to Zaquandre White again. And then Aker, just standing in the pocket, finds Barbie again. Ended up with 6 receptions, over 140 yards receiving. Gets inside the 5 again. And then why not? Hand it to the wrecking ball. He doesn't have to wreck anything this time. Just goes in untouched, Zaquandre White. And again, you're close at 22-19.
Yeah, now we need to stop. I thought it was one of the better answers because they scored on a big play that we needed the touchdown there. Still 9 minutes to go. And now we just need to make ourselves a play.
You guys add the extra point, 22-20. Marcus Haskins gets low, 6th interception of the season. Another turnover, and Aker goes to work. This play to the outside, a fantastic catch by Marcel Barbie on the outside. Aker and Marcel really worked well as a duo on the day, and then again, you hand it off to Zaquandre White. 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns. You take a late lead at 27-20 after the extra point, or 27-22 after the extra point. But then Highland gets the ball back, and you know they're dangerous.
Yeah, they are. There's still plenty of time left in the game, and I thought our defense did well there. Now this is where you got to put it away. I think offensively, when you just got to sustain some drives.
Trying to move the chains. Zaquandre White does. The chains will move as you get closer to midfield. And Zaquandre White, apparently he's on the Old Town Road. He's riding that horse until he can't no more. And then again, Highland gets it back, just unable to keep it going. You get the chance to run things out. They'll throw to the outside. Brian George, one of their two-way players, he's a much heralded cornerback. And they were just trying everything. Off the back foot. And he keeps those accurate passes coming. There's Antavius Cook again. Cambridge again. Throw to the near side. George is there, and a nice hit by the defensive back on the play. And you guys escape Highland 27-22 the final. Your 7th win in a row, 8-3 regular season. If I said you're gonna start the season 1-3, but you're gonna end up 8-3, that's a heck of a turnaround, Coach.
Yeah, I mean for the teams that we were playing too, we knew the beginning would be tough, and thinking that, if you look at it preseason, the back end was going to be a little bit lighter, but that wasn't the case.
Absolutely. So you end with the win. Coach Arnold, his last game. Did you have any talk with him as that game came to a close? Or
I did. I talked to him mostly before the game, and and just wished him the best of luck moving forward. He's getting out of the profession. He's not going to coach anymore. So I guess. I don't know.
It does it to you in the Jayhawk League, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, thrust into a starter's role, our next guest finds himself in the hot seat with Adam Ireland. When we return, QB Braden Aker joins us right here on the Coach Stroh Show on the Reaver Sports Network and IWTV.
Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
The Dr. John and Jean Marshall Wellness Center, opening summer of 2019, Iowa Western.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
From the studios of Iowa Western Television, this is the Coach Stroh Show. I'm Adam Ireland. I'm here with one of the stars from Saturday's game, Reaver quarterback Braden Aker. Braden, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So, what went through your head when Coach told you that you were starting at QB on Saturday against Highland?
At first I was nervous, getting my first start. That was my first time, ever getting really to any meaningful playing time, and so I was just excited more than anything else.
Was there anything extra going into the game, planning for it? No, that you were starting.
No, not really. We just normal practice. We had a good practice all week, so I knew we were gonna be ready for the game.
You had a solid game on Saturday. You were 17 for 33 with 244 yards. How long did it take you to get comfortable in the game?
First snap when it gets in your hands, you just kind of relax because, you have to. You just got to play the game, so you can't think about stuff.
What else did you have to like go through for that? And
I mean, what do you mean?
Like going through like preparing for the game. Like there wasn't anything extra for that.
Yeah, I mean they had one of the best corners in JUCO football, and so we had to be prepared for him and what kind of defense they were running. The coach had a good plan all week, and we were ready to go.
One game left on the schedule, going to the Dome.
Yeah.
What are you and your squad doing to prepare for bowling?
We have lifting Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and running Tuesdays and Thursdays with practice. So just getting ready physically and preparing. We don't know who we're going to play yet, and then once we find out, we'll start scouting them and get ready to go.
You're an Iowa guy. What went into your decision for choosing Iowa Western?
It was pretty close to home. I connected with the coaches. They told me that I'd get an opportunity to prove my skills and hopefully get an offer to go on to the next level. So that was important to me.
Talking about the next level, what are your plans for the next season and after Iowa Western?
I'm not sure yet. I don't have any offers, but hopefully I get some with this game film, and I'll let you know when I find out.
All right. Congrats on the win, and thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you very much for having me.
That's sophomore quarterback Braden Aker. I'm Adam Ireland. Jake and Coach will be back as they discuss the upcoming Graphic Edge Bowl and close out this edition of the Stroh Show next on IWTV.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home. Drop that baby.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Drop that baby.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
We are back out to close the Stroh Show on IWTV. It's time to go bowling. The Reavers getting another Mississippi League opponent. This time it's Hines out of Raymond, Mississippi. And Coach, better that they're coming here instead of going back to Mississippi. Before you tell us about Hines, let's talk a little bit about the way that the bowl season has shaken out. They eliminate the Texas Bowl. They eliminate the Mississippi Bowl. And they eliminate the Arizona Bowl that was with Arizona Western once their program went away. So down 3 bowls, you guys are still in it. And you look at those final rankings, let's be honest, for you guys to even be in the discussion at the end of the season with 3 losses was kind of a slightly ridiculous, but you're still there. Hutch does jump you in the final polls. They go up to third. You guys finish fourth overall. It's the undefeated teams, which is what people want. Mississippi Gulf Coast plays in the Mississippi League. We know that league is very tough. And then you get Lackawanna, who, if you look at their overall record, they're undefeated 10-0. If you dig a little deeper, they played 2 non-NJCAA schools. So you go down to 8-0, and you look at those. I did the math on those. So their opponents finished 47-29 overall. But if you take out their non-NJCAA victories for those opponents, they played teams that just finished 500, 29-29 overall. How do you, and I know that the committee meets, I know that they talk, and I know that the strength of schedule goes into things. How do you work? I'm not saying that the Reavers deserve to be in the game, but why not Hutch or somebody else that has played their way through the Jayhawk Conference, even Independence, who by default in a Fort Scott forfeit ends up the Jayhawk champion. How does it get fixed? Does it get fixed?
I don't know. I mean, I think, we thought we did with strength of schedule and non-NJCAA opponents. Obviously, that didn't work. If there was a one-loss team, they would have been in it. I do believe that over Lackawanna. But you look at 2 unbeatens and the rest are 2 3-loss teams.
Right.
And that shows the parity of junior college football now. Unfortunately, the independents, you can schedule your way into an undefeated season if you play 4 games. 4 tough ones, and the rest can be a little bit easier. And if you're unbeaten now,
and you said independents, not independents.
Yes,
okay.
the independent schools,
right.
That have no conference. So you could really schedule yourself to set up to, hey, go unbeaten, you got a chance. But I do believe that if there was a one-loss team, Hutch, ourselves, Garden City, they would be in the national championship game.
Anything that you can tell us about Hines? This is obviously early going. The game just got scheduled.
Well, I don't know a lot about them. I know I watched them against East Mississippi week 1 when they beat East Mississippi. They're talented. Their speed. It's what everybody thinks of down south. The only benefit is they haven't played in a while. They're going to have an extra week or 2 off because they didn't make the state championship in their playoffs. But they're 7-2, and we're definitely going to have our work cut out for us.
Absolutely. Number 4, Iowa Western, and number 8, Hines, December 8th in the 11 a.m. game in Cedar Falls at the Graphic Edge Bowl. We're looking forward to it, and we hope that you join us then. Thanks again for tuning in all season long. Again, we couldn't do it without the fine students of the Media Studies program here at Iowa Western, and I encourage you to log on to iwcc.edu and contact Dave Charrington for more information on how you can get your start in media and sports media by becoming part of the program here at Iowa Western in Council Bluffs. For everybody involved today, we say thank you, including head coach Scott Strohmeyer, quarterback Braden Aker, and of course, presidential scholar Adam Ireland. This has been the Coach Stroh Show. I'm Jake Ryan. We'll talk with you as the bowl game comes on December 8th. We'll do all of that on the Reaver Sports Network, Reaver Vision, and 89.7 The River, part of the Reaver Sports Network. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great week, everybody.